Both captains out in the middle. It will, of course, be a change of captain for India. Surya Kumar Yadav has gone home. Rohit Sharma, the long-term captain, was out in the middle for the toss of the coin. And it was Charik Asalanka who won the toss and, not surprisingly, chose to bat. It looks a very good batting surface, which may slow up as we go through the day. Faviz Maharoof, this is the Sri Lankan team, and out the Indian side.
Back to Cracks Biggie's extra innings.
So Sri Lanka would have had
themselves right, back themselves, and know that they just have to keep pushing hard. Umpires making their way out to the middle. Rohit Sharma leading his Indian team.
It'll be for the 2027 50-over World Cup to get the combinations right, get the personals right. And that man on screen has been in magnificent form.
Struggle. So for them, they'll want to get amongst that group of batsmen early, and it starts with Nissanka, who I thought played nicely up in Kandy.
A man in form, LPL, but missed out in the ODI series up in Pallakali. It's a massive opportunity for him as well. Average is lurking around 32. He's far better player than having average of 32. And this man on screen played last time at Arapana Stadium at a day to remember.
He picked up 6 wickets, didn't he, in that match? A little bit of movement back into the batsman, and that's what they have to be careful of. Has the ability to move the ball off a good length.
Yeah, usually Mohammad Siraj takes it away from the right-hander. That's why 2 slips are in place. On this occasion, by Siraj.
Yeah, I was out there for the pitch report, and that was the first thing I noticed. Just felt it could be a little tacky to say. Nicely played. First runs of the ODI, and it's a beautiful cut shot for Nissanka for 4.
Dragging the length back, Mohammad Siraj. Don't think he was a confidence booster for the young man.
That's all he can do early, just to work out how this pitch is going to play series. Got the width. Didn't look to hit it too hard. Made sure the placement was in the gap. Everything sprounder with promise. Were you surprised that he wasn't given more of an opportunity to try and develop over the next 12 months or so?
That was, in my opinion, there was a tussle bit almost. You have occasion where Chamindra Wickramasinghe did bowl really well and made headlines, but I just feel ODI set up anymore. That's important that he's not playing today, but when he gets the opportunity to...
Oh, he's picked it up. There could be a chance at third man, and it's taken. Siraj with the link. A lift for Avishka Fernando.
Avishka Fernando, that was quite a strange shot. The third over off flips in place and strike to whip it cross towards mid-wicket. Fourth off stump, corridor of uncertainty as you see, and throws it away. Avishka Fernando, unfortunately. Gone for 1, Sri Lanka 7 for 1.
It was a loose stroke. Both batsmen, I thought, had navigated the first 2 overs really well, just showing some respect to an early 30s average. Strike rates these days are pretty good, somewhere in that 85 to 90 range. And that is a cracking delivery to get first up.
It's amazing now after a wicket.
At the moment, I think Sri Lanka are either driving their car in the first gear. He's got his line and length going nicely, hasn't he? That's nicely played. Had to resist turning it to the leg side. 7 for 1. Oh, there's that loose shot again. All or nothing for 4. And that's where the ball swinging back creates the gap between the bat and the pad, or you get the outside edge. Right there, perfect.
When it doesn't swing back, not much pace to speak about, 130 clicks, but the lengths have been really good as an opening batter. Again, that's something Pathum Nissanka does quite often. He's not.
Just every now and again there's a bit of bounce, isn't it? India had those deliveries as a batsman. You just say, well bowled, you've not done anything wrong, and picked up over the leg side. It's gone square enough. Another boundary.
Yeah, first run after 10 delivery down the left side. That's one ball before was the extra cover. Only got his second slip, and Arshdeep Singh and hit the front pad, swinging in almost.
Gone over the offside this time. Not perfectly timed. Skipper, 6 runs from the over, 13 for 1. But
continue to bowl wide of the crease to Kusal Mendes.
analysis showed us another thing too. He's got a very high arm action. Comes over the top, which means he can get that in. It is nicely played. Waited late. And settle for the single. Didn't say though, when it seems it spins, how early will Rohit Sharma turn to those spinners? More than a wicket and a half every time he plays a game, which is exactly what you're after. Oh, this could be tight. Just went a little too far down.
Nisanka. Pathum Nisanka, in all honesty, straight away said no. For some reason, Kusal Mendes just kept on running.
To show some respect, it's conditions at the moment, a little bit of cloud cover, so there is some movement. Half-hearted appeal to finish the 5th over, 14 for 1. A year ago, all out for 50.
Definitely a day to remember, a day to forget for Sri Lanka. That day, Fardik Pandya picked up 3 wickets as well. 3 for 3. For Sri Lanka to get a decent score, I think this. Yes, correctly said, Scotty. When the bowlers are bowling well, just have some patience. Just
Felt the ball, or the pitch will slow up, and maybe turn quite a bit later on this evening. Nicely played, and in the gap. Beautiful cover drive to finish the 6th over, 19 for 1.
Dent scored the most runs as an opener since 2020 in ODIs, 2,100 cricket.
What about that list? What about the names on that list? He's got some really big ones.
And its stature packs a powerful punch. His technique is very, very good for an opening bat.
This time he gets very close to the stumps. He was going wide of the crease to Kusal Mendes. That's a wide. But to Pathum Nisanka, he appears to be getting close to... You're speaking about Pathum Nisanka, the player. You're right. He plays under his eyes. He gets very close. Now, he's...
From a very young age, so clearly a traditional method of coaching, which has gone a long way in forming his game. You can see his numbers.
He's very good there. Anything short and wide, he's pounced on. That's another... And then the execution.
Yeah, erring slightly in line there. Wasn't very short, just a little back of a length. But for someone of Pathum Nisanka's height, he can take absolute advantage of it. Hit it into the ground, use the square to create a little bit more pace behind that ball, and beat Aksar there at point for another bound.
Oh, that time. That's been an area that he's been just pushing at deliveries around that time. Now, what Arshdeep has done is he's moved that slip very wide. He had a very fine slip, now very...
Again, getting the batsman mentally prepared for perhaps with for the batters. They got to respect that new ball, at least for those first 5 overs from each end.
Fresh and a newish ball for the bowlers with a more prouder seam. So there's always a chance for the bowlers.
And hit through the line, so to speak. They have to wait and kind of hit the ball on top of it.
Nicely worked. Oh, dropped. For a moment, I didn't think it will carry. Very lucky Pathum Nisanka.
The beauty of a well-timed leg glance.
Could see that. He could see this. This was a very similar surface I thought we had even in
Dry, dusty. It's not coming on to the fast bowlers.
This is brilliant. This is really brilliant. 28 for 1. Right-handers against Aksar.
on a dry track.
He's not a big turner of the, but he's a more than useful left arm spinner. Uses the crease brilliantly. Well done. That is a good shot. One bounce for 4. Pounced on, but Pathum Nissanka was quick to play that shot.
Error in length there from Aksar Patel. That was more short and picked it up beautifully. And on this track, on these kind of tracks, you always want to keep your weight a little bit more ready to go. Pounce on the back, purchase on the front foot as a batter, but in that sense has, has spurred the players to actually think. Go. And they have to roll their arm over and bring in that second dimension into their game. And if they are just a batter, it's either... It actually pushes the players to become more...
Assist and seam bowling. Aksar Patel bowled a very good first over. He found turn and also bar. See, just a point I want to bring up with you, because you're opening batter.
Because if you get affected by being beaten like that, by a good delivery, which not...
See, that's what he did, I think. Didn't turn. So he had...
If it's going to be a good call or not. But from the looks of it, Roshan, I think it's going to be a slow...
See, and how much would the spinners really be a challenge? Now, we do have
the spin from how I see it going at the moment. We still have Kuldeep in.
Just asked him about bowling that bowling in the power plays and bowling in that game, and he just... That's fine, tickle. That's a welcome boundary.
Yeah, he's been in the grind and gets rewarded for being in it. Gets a ball that just errs in length, in line, I beg your pardon. Close the face on that, a nice little leg glance away for 4. And be a big relief for him. Make him feel like, okay.
Yeah, we did speak about how much spin will play a role here, but then it's also important.
We've seen Aksar just into his second over. He's picked up on that spot, that rough that Arthi.
Good afternoon, Matt. Good afternoon to spell from Aksar.
It's the sweep out. Aksar is likely in the last few moments. Possible throw far. Weather's been good the last couple of days. Yeah, and there's that turn. Wanted the single. Done it at the undergate. Oh, that's close. Got to go up for that. Hit him on the back pad. The fifth. View this. Question of height, maybe. He's going upstairs. This will be Shivam.
Yeah, looks like the ball and the bat. We can go to ball tracking when ready. Okay, original decision's out. Impact in line. It's hitting the wickets. Decision of out. Signal now.
Decent average, 35. Not a bad strike rate either. Pushing 100.
Extra seam bowling option. India going in with 3 spinners. So just 2 frontline seamers.
Oh, that was close. You don't want to miss that, but he's off the mark. Clipped nicely wide of mid-on. Early dive, but he does well.
Nicely clipped away by Sadil. Rahul, not so much. He's saying it hit the leg guards.
It's another very testing, very tight over. 15 gone now, 52 for 2. Good form, Abhinav. How much do you put that down to new run-up, more revs on? Oh, that's nicely flighted.
Nice, Kitty.
Fantastic, googly.
He's looking for wickets.
Oh, that's gripped, and that's out. Third wicket, and he just chipped the ball. Straight to shortcut.
Yeah, that was the wicket they were looking for. Aksar Patel's worked really hard. First 5 overs, built the pressure. And Sadira Samaravikrama. Sri Lanka losing their way. Samaravikrama goes for 8. 60 for 3 now.
Chintan Sundar cannot pitch in line with the stumps. Lucky, but he deserves that luck. In the last few overs will help Sri Lanka breathe.
And you need this kind of luck or break, whatever we may call it. Plays the line, that's a sensible thing to do. Gets an outside edge, there's no...
You just got to watch that hand a little bit more. Watch that arm. It's basics. Gone. Too soft. Sri Lanka just held.
Kuldeep Yadav, he doesn't give in on Sri Lanka here. Again, trying to wait, trying to play off the wicket. Trying to play it very fine. There's a fielder station that...
His career. 350s and 100.
And that's where Pathum, that's the most important thing. I think he's recalibrated in his head. This could... Possibly there are 3 coming off that over, 94 for 4. Shot pulled away nicely. Finds the gap between moving on.
Wrist spinner dragging it short, the slowness of the pitch made sure Pathum Nissanka had ample time to... He kept it along the ground. Good shot by Pathum Nissanka. And down in no time. And as a batter, sometimes you just have to pray to your God.
Big appeal, huge appeal, given.
Both feet, fair delivery. Front on first, please. Bit of ball tracking when ready. Vision's out. Impact in line. You stick your original decision of out, signal now.
He goes for 56. Sri Lanka now 100.
The ball one trying to feel bat on the ball. Sometimes you just need to pay a sec.
Kuldeep and Washington bowling for a while now. Aksar pretending so far.
Just thinking whether he's taken a leaf out of Yadav's book. Swung away on the leg side. 6. This is just what Sri Lanka need.
First 6 of the innings as well. And by this, if the way the ball's spinning with the fast cutters, I'm not afraid.
Have a score that they think they'll be looking to target. Oh, that's 4. Big over. 40. This was a massive gift. 128 for 5.
Just as a spinner here.
That's clever. Now he's starting to be active here. He's looking for some boundaries. He's looking for some opportunities. And he's
last over from Shubman Gill has just freed the shackles a little for these bats. That is a nice shot. Good timing. That will run away for 4.
He's very strong through that area. Tends to work the ball from his off stump. Play the spinners. In fact, 40 or 42 happens to be the biggest partnership of the innings. His previous highest was 39, and now the orthodox left arm leg break was slower, which he found turn and bounce.
Impressive.
I think, was there an edge? I get the feeling there was an edge. Joel Wilson. This is really clever bowling again. Now what's going on? He's going to walk away, but was that shot necessary?
And I don't think the umpire was going to give this until he walked that Joel Wilson gave him out, which is why you saw the perplexed look from the dugout. Lianagate. He's a gutsy player, isn't he, Lianagate? And what I like about him is he's another one of these players who hits the air of the wicket.
That's big. Now that is Wanindu Hasaranga 40 measured here.
That's what we were just talking about, wasn't it? And not playing by the normal expected rules. And you get lucky and a few come out of them.
Status quo. I think that's going to be a very good score to defend on this wicket. It's not going to be easy.
3 of them. Hit well. Arshdeep watches it go over his head. Slide.
Caliber of a Hasaranga. A beautiful shot. It's going towards the extra cover boundary, and it will go there. Didn't get to the pitch of the ball, but held positions beautifully.
Line is different in this. He's pitched it in line with the stumps, where it's good.
And look at that contact point, Ross.